Whose cubicle is this?
TJ, our IT and hazards coordinator, he's been on sabbatical.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you today.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, do you think it has rabies, or do you think it's just pissed off?
So Curry, you've been here for a while. As the OEM director, what do you think about the Seattle Office of Emergency Management staff?
Well, overall, I've been very impressed. They're very knowledgeable about the hazards that Seattle faces and Seattle in general. But you know, they could dress a little better.
Hey, Mary.
Hi.
Make sure you check in with Carl about the radios, okay?
Dude, fix your tie.
What's wrong with my tie? My tie is fine. See?
Okay, so Mary, this is a radio that's for, so you're going to have one of these official radios, and they are official.
Okay.
And they work very well for emergency management and emergency responders, and that's who gets these and what they're for. But they're not for the average member of the community. They don't have these and they can't talk to us on these radios. But there are all kinds of other radio options. So,
Radio freer.
oh, come on, Tim, we're trying to do something over here. Anyway,
that.
yeah,
Are
10-4.
Are those
So
all yours?
those are my radios. Just a few. I've got more at home. But there are many different types of radios and radio services. This little radio here is the kind you can buy in like plastic bubble packs in sporting goods stores.
Plastic clamshell packaging is the work of Satan.
I guess so. And these are called FRS, or Family Radio Service radios. They're very short range. But with two of these, I could have one, you could have one. We could talk back and forth over about a block, maybe a quarter of a mile or something. So these are great for people in the community to have to talk to their neighbors in a disaster or emergency situation. You've got communications from neighbor to neighbor or between different apartments in a building and stuff like that. Okay. FRS. You can take a step up from FRS, which is Family Radio Service, to something called General Mobile Radio Service, or GMRS. That needs a license, but you don't have to take any kind of a test. You just file online with the Federal Communications Commission, you get a license, and then you can talk on GMRS. And it has more power than FRS, stronger radios, so they'll go greater distances. And they can also use things called repeaters, which can give them very wide area. So I could stand here in the Emergency Operations Center on a GMRS radio and talk to my wife in our house in the north end of Seattle, for example. So wide range communications.
question.
Yeah.
Is it hard for like an everyday person to get a license?
Anybody can get a GMRS license because it doesn't require you just have to go online and fill out a form and pay a small fee, and you get a license that's good for 10 years. And it covers you and your entire family, one license.
Wow.
The next step up from GMRS, and what we're mostly about here in this room, is amateur radio or ham radio. And we sing the praises of ham radio. Ham radios are typically a little more expensive. They can be much more powerful, and they can talk all the way around the world. So some of the radios over on that side of our room are capable of talking all the way across the country or all the way around the world. So if our normal communications around here are lost, we can talk other places to communicate information about what's going on here to the public in general. So there's a lot that Seattle ACS can do to support OEM, and your radio is part of the plan, but there's a whole lot more to radio than just your radio.
So if you thought all of that information about radios was interesting and you like playing with technical things, well, you should think about joining Seattle ACS, where you can use your ham radio license and some other training that's free to help out the city in times of disaster or need. And what could be better than that? So think about joining Seattle ACS. No, really think about it.